This is a six-sided news special report from TheXPoint.com. Explore the fascinating evolution of the Star Wars franchise under Kathleen Kennedy's stewardship. A long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away, Star Wars was the ultimate sci-fi franchise, captivating generations with the epic battle of good versus evil. But in recent years, something changed. Some fans say the franchise lost its magic. Others argue it was boldly reimagined. And now, Kathleen Kennedy, Lucasfilm's controversial leader, is stepping down, leaving behind a legacy as divisive as the Sith and the Jedi. Was she the hero who expanded Star Wars into a new era, or the villain who led it into chaos? Let's break down the full story. No bias, just facts. When Disney acquired Lucasfilm in 2012, Kathleen Kennedy was handpicked to lead the next era of Star Wars. And at first, it seemed like the Force was strong with this decision. The Force Awakens shattered box office records, reviving Star Wars for a new generation. Rogue One delivered a darker, grittier take that was praised by fans. Lucasfilm was on a roll, but the cracks were beginning to show. Then came The Last Jedi, and suddenly, Star Wars was at war with itself. Fans were divided like never before. Some praised the film for taking risks, subverting expectations, and pushing Star Wars into bold new territory. But others saw it as a betrayal. Luke Skywalker's arc was controversial. The humor felt out of place. The plot seemed disconnected from what came before it. And worst of all, it felt like the sequel trilogy lacked a real plan. This became one of the biggest criticisms of Kathleen Kennedy's leadership. Lucasfilm kept switching directions, with no clear roadmap. Directors were fired, rewrites were constant, and Solo, a Star Wars story, became the first Star Wars film to bomb at the box office. By the time The Rise of Skywalker arrived, it was a desperate attempt to course correct, pleasing neither the fans who loved The Last Jedi nor those who hated it. But let's be fair. Kathleen Kennedy didn't make these decisions alone. Disney's CEOs, Bob Iger and Bob Chapek, had their hands all over Star Wars. Iger pushed Lucasfilm to release a movie every year, leading to franchise fatigue. Chapek put the brakes on theatrical films and shifted focus to Disney+, flooding the market with Star Wars series instead. And while this led to some gems like The Mandalorian and Andor, it also resulted in disappointments like The Book of Boba Fett and The Acolyte, which divided audiences. Despite the backlash, Kathleen Kennedy wasn't all failure. She greenlit some of the most beloved modern Star Wars projects. The Mandalorian introduced a fresh, Western-inspired take on Star Wars, and Andor proved that Star Wars could be mature, gripping storytelling. She also championed diversity, bringing new faces, voices, and perspectives to the galaxy far, far away. Whether you agree or not, her push for inclusion changed Star Wars forever. But the cracks could no longer be ignored. Box office struggles, critical backlash, and constant fan division put Kennedy's leadership in question. And now, as she prepares to step down, the biggest question is, what happens next? Will Star Wars return to its roots? Will Disney finally give fans a unified vision? Or is the franchise destined to remain a battlefield of clashing opinions? If there's one thing Star Wars has taught us, it's that hope is never lost. Star Wars has survived bad movies, corporate missteps, and fan outrage before, and it will again. But for Star Wars to truly rise once more, it needs a leader who understands the heart of the franchise, someone who respects the past while embracing the future. Will that be Dave Filoni, Jon Favreau, or someone unexpected? Only time will tell. What do you think? Was Kathleen Kennedy the downfall of Star Wars? Or was she just doing the best she could with Disney's demands? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and may the Force be with you.